Good evening.
The wingnut.
Good evening, good evening. The new Tower of Power.
I mean, is it working?
Oh man, he's back down to an S9.
Oh boy.
Just couldn't leave it alone.
Can't leave it alone.
Hey, it's yours. You can play with it any way you like.
That's very true.
Yup, the guy thing.
Exactly.
What are you running for a rig over there, screwdriver?
Right now I'm on Yaesu 920. I'm trying to fuck with my phones here to get them working, and then I was gonna go find another radio to play with.
10-4. You running any power or no?
Yeah, no, not really. Whatever the radio's doing, but so 25, 50 watts.
Okay, alright, so I was just trying to judge, the difference between the Vector and this one.
You got your switch box right there?
The coax of the Vector's about 25 feet short of making it.
Oh, man.
Might as well be 100.
I'll get it later. I probably wouldn't have used it tonight anyway. Plus the Vector's a lot lower than it was.
It's just nice to go back and forth to really kind of see the differences. Like I said, trying to remember what somebody gives you. You could be like, oh, it's a 10, but there's a large range of 10 there. So if you can see it, like switching it back and forth, like at that time, it's just kind of cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know what you usually give me when you're running your normal setup, so I've been I remember that, so I'm just judging it on that.
Roger. Yeah, I would definitely be, like I said, a little lower than where I would normally have been inside.
Yeah, but barely. Compared to the Vector, it's just maybe half an S unit lower with what you're running now.
Yeah, I mean, I probably want to go up a couple dB by running the big one, but yeah, you pointed out this direction, obviously, if you ain't giving him a 9 anymore.
Yeah, I'm pointed towards you, I believe.
Roger. You running the normal 667 and everything?
Yeah, got that going.
Why is everybody so weak? So what do you got that thing positioned vertically?
It's vertical at the moment, yep.
Oh, see, I just heard Greg in there. That'll be your really go-to thing. Will be if you can talk to Greg and Jim down there.
I can hear him.
Oh, si, senor. Oh, it's all over now.
Wiggle it. Just a little bit.
Good evening. Good morning.
Yes, good something. Good day, sir.
Let's see. Let's get my halo test. Get that turned up a little bit. Oh boy. Oh, getting things set up here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, well, here I am.
Radio man.
Oh, you can tell you hit your ALC when you get loud.
Just take that ALC right out. We don't need that.
Cut those things right out real easy.
So I switched over to the hand mic so I could lean back in the chair and put my feet up, and this thing's a lot hotter than that desk mic.
I can actually hear Jim a little bit down there.
Who's got the new antenna now? Oh man, who are those meters for, radio man? Just transmit? Shit.
Oh, you want to see that, Hawkeye? There you go. 1, 2, 1, 2. We got mod meters here. Look at that, Hawkeye. I bet you like that right there. Woo! And I got it set so it comes up when I transmit. And we gotta drop. We gotta put that somewhere different. We might have to drop an element. There we go. That might work. Yeah. So that goes away when I'm done transmitting here. Hello.
I like it. Oh, it only pops up when you're transmitting?
Yep. Yeah, just like that. So, I mean, I could leave it there the whole time, but it just, the screen gets a little busy, so I just make it go away when I'm done talking.
Audio, audio.
Audio.
Oh, you're back up in the blue.
I'm pointing towards you, and I tuned out Radio Man.
Oh yeah, so you're giving me the same signal you were on the Vector when it was up higher.
And cool.
Can't even hear him.
He pointed his beam at me!
He pointed his beam at me.
Nobody does it like Skidder.
Damn radio don't even work!
God damn radio don't even get out.
Can't even hear you.
Nope, just a damn mud duck.
Yes, sir.
Old Space Patrol himself.
That's right, Commander Space Patrol, checking in for duty.
This is Planet Jupiter. We got space weed over.
Oh, I'd love space weed.
In the code.
They tell you how to do that because that's about all they're going to hear out of that thing is a key up. I was just kidding. That was pretty cool though. Deer Slayer was slamming the hell out of that little thing.
I know. I was like, I put a battery in it, I pulled up the telescoping antenna, and I could hear shit sitting in the basement. It's like, who the frick, what am I hearing? I go outside, goddamn Deer Slayer.
Did you hear the story, Skidder? There was two of those. That some guy came by before him and only wanted to buy one.
Oh my God. He didn't buy both of them? What the fuck? Can't believe it. I hear the fucking bearded dragon out in Bath. You're squealing bad out. What are you saying out there?
Not the bearded clam, I hope.
Oh, he's got some ancient technology over there that requires I don't know, one of those weird ass stub batteries, 7.5 volt, 2 volt, whatever. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but can only imagine.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, 2 Space Patrol walkie-talkies. The guy had them for $5 a piece. I'm like, come on, just buy both of them. Well, I got one, so. But you know, if I have guests over, you know, and I want to issue them a Space Patrol walkie-talkie in case we have to play radio or play space. You know, what the hell am I gonna do?
I can't believe he split them, the twins up. Can you, Hawkeye?
I really can't. I mean, I almost would have friggin' given him the other one if money was that tight.
Bubbles on Trailer Park Boys.
Julian, make him do it right.
That was friggin' spot on.
That's awesome.
I pooped my pants.
Just want to say hello. Who you pointed to, sir? Well, right now I'm on the Omni. If you guys are on what do you call it? It's their beams. I got a beam I can flip over to. We're on channel 12 AM, and thank you, Catalyst UDX 122. Evening a Bone Crusher. Looks like we got Nick Cray in there as well. So hello, everybody. The big dog's in town, Julian.
What is going on at Screwdriver? Looks like he's fighting with his phone.
I think he says he's got some phone troubles over there.
Oh, he's shopping. Yeah, it's a tough choice.
I mean, you hear the damnedest shit on 28. Someone pooped their pants.
Warming, running big amplifiers on big stations. Just think of what you're doing to the ozone.
Oh no. Just think of what you're doing to the ozone. The guy claims he's over in Alaska. Which could be true, because right now Hawaii is booming in like crazy. But he sounds like a hardcore Republican, right, stuck in the middle of, well, Alaska.
Yeah, band seems kind of dead there, UDX 122, but you're more than welcome to give it a shot. Where are you?
I once knew a guy from Alaska.
Yeah, was he crazy as shit?
They called him Whale Belly.
Why? Why was that?
I don't know. Not a clue. He said he was transmitting from his igloo.
I'd almost have to doubt the legitimacy of that claim.
Yeah, I'd have to too.
I think in Boy Scouts I slept in a snow cave one time. You know, you built up the little snow shelter. It's ain't nothing I'm gonna be doing in these days. By the way, good evening to everybody. Skitter, Hawkeye, Wingnut, Greg down in Portland. I don't know who else is in there, but we're getting things called to order here.
Oh, there's Eeyore.
Yeah, and then there's Fix It. Oh, yeah, Jersey might be a little close unless we're getting short skip. I'm in Maine. I definitely have done, like, places down in Long Island and stuff like that with short skip. That might be a little close. But, yeah, definitely good evening to you. Thanks for stopping by. Just a little local chat session tonight.
Do you need some of my plush rubber feet there, Screwdriver?
Plush rubber feet. Moisturized. I don't know about you guys, but for the last month, I just keep bringing stuff down into this radio room, and I just keep putting in available table space, and I'm about ready to have an avalanche down here.
Space abhors a vacuum.
Well, probably won't get picked up until November, so it is what it is for now. Boy, I got a new tripod mount. My other one broke. A little plastic piece on the pivot broke.
I was watching when that happened. You were going to get fruit or vegetables.
Yes, I was going to get apple cider and donuts. Well, this new one I have is metal. Well, the part that pivots with the phone or the camera is metal, so that shouldn't be happening again. And this one, crazy thing is, this is like the same amount of money as the plastic one I got. And this one doesn't look, I think Screwdriver just described it as anal beads. By the way, Skidder, RF's good for the ozone layer. It charges it up with electricity.
Nice catch.
I think there's a reoccurring theme here with Screwdriver when he gets on here.
You know, I cleaned my shack up a couple weeks ago when the wife had to work go back here. Cannot find my headphones. They might.
Well, that's sad.
It is sad.
I just got a new piece of equipment for my headphone mixer. My other headphone mixer was only mono, and I can only hear it in one ear. I was like, well, that's lame. So I got a new one, and oh man, got it in both ears now.
That Behringer thing working for you?
Behringer thing. Refresh my memory. What's the Behringer thing?
Kickerback jack.
Oh, I haven't done. I just got the parts somewhere in here. You can tell I'm looking around the room because I'm going on and off the mic. I just got the parts today in the mail, so right now I have that channel turned off.
10-4, 10-4.
Yes, I probably won't get to that. Like I said, I'm gonna be going hunting here pretty soon, and so like I said, the cleaning and a couple radio projects. This month's been kind of a crazy month.
Yeah, I hear you, bud.
Go ahead, Screwdriver. I could tell you were trying to make a transmission earlier, so go. Ooh, excuse me. Go ahead.
Oh, he is setting this up for a smoke show here. Who needs a fuse?
Look at this old bastard.
Yeah, Catalyst UDX 122. How do you run all that through the computer? That's all new to me. I've been out of the radio for the last 20 years. and I'm seeing very little heart emoticons blocking. Very cool stuff I want to have. So, how do I answer this kind of quickly here? Let me think. So I am using a traditional like CB radio, but what I'm doing is I'm running split. So I'm transmitting off the radio, but then when I switch to receive, it's going through an SDR, which is a software-defined radio, which is, I don't know if you can see my mouse moving around here, but you should be able to see my mouse moving around. That's what you see here, okay? And then, these little elements that you are seeing like here and here, that's using some software called Streamlabs. It's free, and it allows you to do things like screen share. There's a lot going on here, but it's not that hard to put it all together. So I'm sharing the screen that my computer's on, then I'm overlaying these elements. So I have a camera also going, which is right here that I'm pointing to, and I can also overlay that. So the Streamlabs imagines like your TV station editing software. It's like running a live TV show. It's very easy. It's all click, drag, and drop type stuff. So that kind of pulls in everything you're seeing. All these elements, like the clock that's down over here. You just bring all that stuff in, and it's all visual drag and drop. Very easy to figure out.
Well, it's receiving good.
I was just checking back in because I'm muted and missing what's going on the radio. So then I'm using, it's right here. I'm using a audio processor and mixer for all the audio. So the computer goes in through here, my microphone goes in through here, and then I have outputs going out to my radio when I talk, and then an output going back through the computer when I speak to you. I know that's a lot to take in, but I don't know. I figured it all out, and I have my headphones here that I can monitor. I have a diode pickup, and I have mixers over here that I can mix all that. So I have the radio when I hear the guys talk blended with my voice. So it's all the same volume. I can hear my signal, so if I have any hums or any noises. I know it's a lot kind of to take in, but that's kind of what I'm doing. It's kind of fun for me to put all this stuff together. Oh man, I gotta go back to the radio. We got some wild shit going on. Holy crap.
No, I want one.
Yeah, me too. Oh, there it goes.
Whatever you were transmitting on some other channels.
I seen it do some weird, funky shit there for a minute. It's old. It's an old Royce.
Yeah, you had some of that Channel 6 action going on.
Oh, man. But does it now?
No, it looks pretty good right now.
Oh, that's depressing.
He's got a little God mod going on.
Friggin' right. I knew I'd find something that would work. I mean, there's cooler shit in the pile that I want to run, but this was the top of the pile.
Yeah, Bone Crusher, yeah, the guy that makes those, I actually know the guy. Real nice guy, very humble, really good guy to talk to. Actually thinking about getting a couple other pickup units for it for different power levels. This one's kind of on the borderline, but it works.
That like vertical thing, it's kind of cool. I don't have a meter line. I have no idea what it's doing for power, but as long as it's working.
You know, for those meters, they suck the long way, but stacked like that looks pretty cool.
Heck yeah. We'll go with break up.
And I just got down.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to show that unit in Grant, but for some reason the channel numbers are so friggin' bright that it's just a glare on the phone.
Yeah, glare is a big problem.
Yeah, it's kind of like chafing. I'm glad chafing season is over. It's now Fat Boy Fall. I'm okay with that.
Oh, that's a cool radio.
Yeah, big old 23 channel.
It has a lot of controls on it, though.
Yeah, you know, I looked at that thing Hawkeye sent, and I was almost gonna buy it. Not maybe not that one. There's a few of them out there, but there's a couple little things that bothered me. It's kind of like Radio Man's. Radio Man, your Space Patrol. What channel is that transmit on?
Sorry. Oh. Channel 14. Channel 14.
Yeah, that's all this did too. It just transmitted on channel 14. And obviously no antenna besides a little internal thing, which is cool enough. 9-volt plug in the back, but yeah, you know, and I remember I had a walkie-talkie when I was a kid that only had channel 14 in it also. So that obviously was the whatever channel was there.
Yeah, I haven't researched it yet, but my guess is to maybe build it as cheaply as possible. It's using a diode for a receiver. That's my only guess. Because they probably figured kids were, you know, what, 50 feet? I mean, I had those when I was a kid. They didn't go very far. And I took one of my president, Randy, and it receives, like I'm sitting next to it, it receives on every channel you key up on. So, but when you transmit on the Space Patrol, it only transmits on 14. So my guess is they're using a diode in there as the receiver, and it only has one crystal in it. So I haven't researched it yet, but that's going to be my guess. And that's pretty amazing that Deer Slayer in Florida, if it's using a diode for a receiver, that's pretty amazing that Deer Slayer, because he was on channel 28 when I was receiving that.
No shit, that's awesome.
Well, that's what I was thinking. It'd be perfect for you guys with his Space Patrol.
Oh, I'm close. I'm still looking. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still looking at a couple. I wasn't gonna spend $100 on something that only had channel 14, but I couldn't tell if the channel knob. There's a channel knob on the left, and it just has frequencies written on it, though. And I'm kind of wondering if it doesn't do anything. I'm kind of wondering if it's just like that. It just receives on everything. But the built-in little push-to-talk and the fucking, I assume there's a little mic on it, and one knob. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a little overpriced for what it is, but cool nevertheless.
Yeah, I seen a few other ones out there that popped up like right underneath it, like whatever similar items. If I would have saw one for like $50, maybe. I saw one for like 75, and I was like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, UDX 122. I have fun with it. I like radio. The live streaming stuff, it's pretty easy to like get it going and setting it up. I mean, yeah, some of the equipment I had to buy a few things, but I have fun with it. It just kind of adds another element when I'm playing on the radio.
Research on one of these things, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we could get the walkies out. Oh man, what fun we'd have.
I remember I had an Archer walkie-talkie that had, I think, 3 channels in it, an A, B, and a C. And I know for a fact one of them was channel 14. That was the first thing I talked on as a CB when I was a kid. And I'm talking like, I was a kid, 8, 9 years old, whatever. It was a walkie-talkie, but it had a big, like, telescopic antenna with that little load in the middle of it. It was, I remember it really well. I'm sure if I seen one, I'd be like, that's what I had.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of CB walkies, like the old Midlands that were like, they came, well, I call them the fireman strap. If you ever seen with the firefighters, they have the leather case and the radio with the strap. Well, they had a few of those. They had a lot of, just the Space Patrol was like a nostalgia hit for me because I had one of these. So I was like, oh man. And I even saw it, and he had all these other walkies on the table. I'm like, you have the other one? And he goes, some guy just bought the other one. I'm like, are you kidding me? He didn't buy both of them? Why wouldn't he buy both of them? So I bought this one just because I thought it was neat. It had the box, and eventually my plan is down here. I want to put a shelf, and I have some random like oddball radios. But the thing is about my radio shelf is all my shit will work. Like if someone's like, oh, that's cool, I can take it off the shelf and turn it on and show it to them. Like that was my thing. I didn't want to have any shit on the shelf that was a paperweight. Like everything that's going to be on the shelf will work.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't mind having a few paperweights, especially if they're a pretty box or something, but yeah, I'm with you. And that's the cool shit, the stuff you're like, oh, look at, I don't need like a collection of Cobra 2000s. I love that, the Space Patrol or whatever, that oddball shit. I want to find a Fisher Price radio.
Oh, I had a lot of variations of these walkies growing up. I mean, Radio Man wasn't something that I just picked out of thin air. I mean, this goes back to me being as a kid. I had a set that looked like the old Zach Morris phone. Remember Zach Morris on Saved by the Bell? I had a set of those that looked like that. And I had some G.I. Joe ones. And now I'm like, man, I need to collect all of these now.
Yeah, you go to the mall to like Toys R Us, or not Toys R Us. There was another one in the mall that was a fucking thing, like kind of like Toys R Us. But anyway, like they had them there. They were great.
KB Toys.
Yes, there you go.
I had the Radio Shack ones that were like green with the orange floppy antennas.
Yeah, I remember those. It was a rubber duck antenna. I think those were just, because they did just make some that they were like Archer, which was, I'm pretty sure Archer was at least the house brand for Radio Shack.
Yeah, those had multiple channels, I seem to remember. It also had the Morse code on the front of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had a button you could push that would beep, so you would, because they only worked up to like 50 feet, you could go like 65 feet away or something and beep, you couldn't understand what someone was saying, but you could try to beep your little SOS or something.
Yeah, I had those, and then some point I had a friend, his dad worked for GE, and they had an employee catalog, and you could buy refurbished GE equipment, and I bought a set of handhelds, and they were friggin' huge. Like, I don't know if it's the same thing Screwdriver was talking about. They were made by GE. They had 3 channels in them. 14 was one of them. Don't remember the other 2. The reason why I remember 14 is the town that I grew up in, Channel 14 was the local channel. And I had all these freaking kids' walkie-talkies laying around my room, and you could turn those on, and I could hear the locals on it too. But I had those GEs and had a slider switch on the front, and 14 was one, and I don't remember the other 2. But those GE walkies, they worked okay for a walkie-talkie. I mean, they weren't like barn burners. But, I mean, the GEs, they were alright, but they had an antenna. Christ, the antenna was like, what, 5 or 6 feet long? You had to sit there and just kept pulling out telescopic sections.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I lived over on Summer Street, and I remember talking into Lewiston, 2-3 miles away, whatever, from Auburn, and I thought it was the coolest thing. Yeah, they were like 5-foot-long fucking whips or something. Like I said, it had that little load in the middle, and I want to say they said they were 4 watts or something. I mean, they were, I'll tell you, that walkie-talkie works better than any walkie-talkie I've had ever since. I got that Midland walkie-talkie or handheld or whatever that has extras in it, and that thing's a fucking joke. But that old school 3-channel thing, oh yeah, that thing was amazing.
427 says we got to get an RCI handheld. Did they ever make a handheld RCI?
Oh fuck, no, I was making one over here, and I kind of lost track of that project. Halfway done. I'm sure I still have it kicking around. I just gotta finish it. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, you can go, oh shit, Screwdriver, this is what you need to do. Well, I mean, I could do it too. They make, on ePay, I'll look it up and I'll get the link here in a minute when I'm not transmitting. On ePay, they make a BC611, I think it's the 611. It was a World War II handheld. It looked like a giant shoebox. It was a portable that you had to hold to your ear. They make a dummy one. You can take the case apart. And guys that do reenacting, they stick like FRS radios in them. And because those things, you've got to know what you're doing to work on them. And they can get a little pricey. They run on pencil tubes of all things. I don't know if you're familiar with what a pencil tube is. But anyways, here nor there. They make like a dummy one, and we could get one of those, and we could somehow shoehorn a Ranger into it.
I'll tell you what I did, and I never got around to testing it, but I got it. I know where it is. I probably should pull it back out. So what I did, very crudely, because it was so crude, it was awesome. I took a 2970, I fucking Velcroed and electrical taped a motorcycle battery to the back side of it, and I taped the mic to it, so you couldn't hold the mic. The mic had to be, the whole radio, the battery, everything had to be in your hand. And just for ridiculousness, I taped a 102-inch whip to the side of it and wired that into it.
Oh, man.
I'm like, it's a 100-watt walkie-talkie with a 102-inch whip. You're probably going to burn your earlobe off or some shit. You're not going to hold it up for more than about 4 seconds because it weighed like 20 pounds. But I'm like, this is amazing. I wanted to try out another radio, but this one just seems to be working, so guess I'll have to wait till next week.
You know what's funny? I just looked, and I can't find it for the olds, but they do them for the new radios, like that the military uses, like the PRC 152. Apparently, they just make a plastic case you can shoehorn a radio into. Because the PRC 152 that the military uses is still a pretty big radio by today's portable radio standards, but they used to make them for the old, like, World War II radios. I don't know, it's kind of funny, though. Yeah, you could get one of those for, like, 10, 15 bucks. Shove a radio in it. But, yeah, 2970, holy smokes, you could have cooked hot dogs on that antenna.
Well, it was a horrible match. I was going to try to run, like, a ground wire off the bottom of it or something to see if I could get the match down, but it worked, and I really wanted to just go out and see if I could go on sideband, hit people on sideband. This was a couple years ago. But Yeah, like I said, I just remember messing with John about it, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna do a Ranger walkie-talkie. And like I said, I built it. It was very half-ass. Electrical tape, some Velcro, fucking shit wrapped up. But it was amazing. It's amazing how Skip just drops right out this time.
Yeah, but last week it would be hammering right about now. It would start tapering off about 9 o'clock, but last week, 8 o'clock, it was hammering.
It's hammering at 8 o'clock, and then in between, what, like 8:15 and 8:30? Like 8:30 it usually is faded right away, and then you kind of get a quick kickback for like 3 or 4 minutes around like 8:45, 10 of 9. And then at 9 o'clock, it's fucking, you hear nothing for the rest of the night.
Corey, Trevor, Chip Smokes, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, I could go for some chips. Maybe a top off on the drink too while I'm at it.
Oh, now you're talking.
Oh God, I had some ketchup chips the other day in my lunch. Now you're talking right there, the old ketchup tater chips.
Now this isn't an old radio, but it's a Chinese radio.
What old radio is it?
As long as you don't say you like pickle chips. Well, was that Skitter on an old radio?
It's China.
China what?
It's a G90, the Zygu G90.
Roger. I still like that little thing. I still almost want to buy one. I don't know why.
I tell you what, for roughly $100 more, you can get the stepped-up version. It's basically what they've learned from this G90, and they made it into like a portable QRP. Has its own battery pack, so you can bring it wherever, yada yada yada.
I saw that. That's actually pretty cool too.
It is, but I mean, this radio, the face detaches from the radio portion itself, so you can mount it anywhere. So it's tiny as all hell. And one of the few HF rigs right out of the box with a stock mic that sounds good.
Well, it's kind of like I was looking at that Wolf SDR radio. But I'm like, fuck, for the price of those, you can get a 7300 or a 991 for almost the same price.
Yeah, exactly. I've heard mixed opinions on those. I would stay away from one of those, but if you wanted to buy one, I would definitely recommend Zygu.
I'm just waiting for that striker base that's never gonna come out.
Oh, Hawkeye lays awake at night thinking about it.
I already fucking put in my pre-order just because.
They've already sent them money. Checks in the mail.
Paying for the R&D as we speak.
We should start a petition at whitehouse.gov.
Let's do it.
I wonder how many people would sign that.
I fucking guarantee everybody in the radio community would be all over it.
They gotta make it like a black box radio, though.
See, I don't know what I would like to see, but I'd want to see something a little different. I mean, I love my black box radios, but I'm sick of seeing them. That's what I loved about that Galaxy, what is it, 2547? It was just different looking.
Oh man, well I'd take anything if they make a base.
I I mean, maybe like a little bit rounded edges, the chrome face, or like a 955 on steroids. Like that look, but just bigger.
You know, I just had a funny thought though. Well, no, I was just thinking like if you pop the cover off the 2995, you know, it's basically a 2950, right? Well, that's a big cabinet. Like, I mean, we both have them. Well, we all have them. But then you get a striker base, and you know what it looks like if you pop the cover off a striker mobile. The board only takes up half the chassis. So I'm just imagining that board inside of a big black box.
Yeah, you could definitely put a 4-pill in there and have enough room for a big enough power supply.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Lots of room for activities.
You know, just because I see this now with the newer oscilloscopes, the digital scopes, maybe you make something that's like that looks like a big black box radio, or something similar to that size, but it's only like an inch deep. You know, because you have all that real estate you don't need. Like an inch deep, you can flush mount it. You can just hang it on your wall to where it's fucking, yeah, I like it.
Asamod has a Striker 955 version that he's made compatible so you can slide it into a rack. It's kind of like audio rack equipment. It's like that thick, you know, a little bit thicker. The thickness of the Striker. And it looks pretty cool with all the Asamod dials, knobs, and blah, blah, blah on it. It's pretty cool looking.
Heck yeah.
Well, yeah, no, Striker needs to make a damn bass.
I don't know how many people are really into basses as much. People love running mobiles for their bass because, well, I mean, there's many reasons, but not everybody wants a big radio. They don't have shelves or radio room. They want to keep it, like, you know, smaller. I mean, obviously, not me or most of us. We like big. We like, oh, yeah.
More knobs, more buttons, the better. What's this hunk of junk giving you out there anyways?
Oh, I don't even know. Let me try to look at this meter. I actually haven't even looked at the meter. I sat back down. Let's see. Is there even... There might be numbers next to shit. Try it.
10-4 on the numbers next to shit.
It's showing like a 1 to a 1.5, but that's like fucking 3/4 of an inch up the meter or ½ inch up the meter.
10-4. Well, that's probably very accurate. It's only about 6 watts going out to you, so.
Roger. That's kind of funny. There's like a ½ inch, and there's a number 1. There's a ½ inch, there's a number 3. And then there's like fucking a 1/16 of an inch for a 5, 1/16 of an inch for a 7, and a 9. It's just kind of a weird scale.
If only they made tape measures. Honey, I'm 9 inches, honest.
Exactly.
I got you a 2 out here, Skidder.
10-4, Roger on the 2. Twofer. Oh, ain't bad.
But you got real good audio, so I mean, and there's not a lot of noise on the band, so I mean, I wouldn't even know when you were giving me a 2 unless I looked at the meter.
So Radio Man is like a little over halfway, and he's giving me a 5, so, well, I'm not going to say it's spirit calibrated.
10-4. Yeah, it's still cool. I like it for the modulation side of it anyways.
See, I was gonna try to get down to one of the trams tonight and see if I got any audio out of one of those, but yeah.
So now you know, Radio Man, you get a good representation of what the audio sounds like coming out of one of these.
Yeah, no, I like it. I mean, I'm probably going to be pulling the trigger on some equipment here next week. I'm just busy with other shit right now. But yeah, I like it.
Sample.
What you thinking about getting?
Well, I'm actually thinking about getting one of those Zygoos, but the 6100. The one that, not the one that Skitter's on, but the one he was talking about. I'm actually thinking about getting one of those. I kind of want to get a Striker version too, but I still got to think about. I got to think on that, but I definitely want to get one of those Zygoos.
Roger.
Radio Man, you got a walkie-talkie hollering, do you?
That's all they had.
Oh, I'm hearing you. Where you at? Oh, 10-4, giving me a 9.
Fuck, you must be right up your, right in your driveway.
I think he's got that walkie-talkie with a 10-foot telescopic antenna on it.
Swiper?
No, it's Hotch.
Oh, okay.
Well, give me a minute. I'll swing the quad up that way. Maybe I can pull him out. Tell him I'll swing the quad up that way.
10-4. Hotch, he's swinging around your direction. You gotta bring it around the horn.
Yeah, that's just a 4-foot antenna with a load in the middle.
I mean, those usually work pretty well, though. I mean, 10 miles, well, that's pushing it.
Well, I've keyed mine up from here and nobody heard it.
I can't believe Dixie gives. Holy hell. I won't even give you a radio report coming out of this thing right there. That's ridiculous. No way.
Yeah, about that Hutch. How about that Hutch? You got a copy on Radio Man?
He's crushing it.
Probably can't hear me, but holy fuck.
I can still hear you in there, Hotch.
I got nothing on Hutch.
You got a bit of a squeal in there. Is anybody else hearing that, or is that just this radio picking that up?
Oh, you got somebody out there on a walkie. Hotch is out there on a walkie trying to see if anybody can hear him.
No, it's what Radio Man is transmitting.
Oh, maybe he's got a friend, too.
No friends. That's for sure.
Oh, there's always friends.
Now you can't hear me on the Omni. Radio Man, dead key again. Time for.
I heard everyone.
42.
I pooped my pants.
Damn radio doesn't work.
Not even working.
I pooped my pants.
I pull my pants. Holy, Hawkeye just pins this thing out. Wowza.
Finally.
Oh, you made the friggin' 60 dB mark over here now.
I don't hear that very often.
Yeah, let me back the RF gain back here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We'll try that. That's probably more realistic.
So what is this, mud duck night?
Go screw yourself.
You heard that.
There we go. You're giving me a 20 now. Perfect. I had to cut it down to 60% on the RF gain.
So that at 60% you get a more accurate reading?
No, I think it's probably accurate. Seems like HF rigs are pretty generous for their meter sometimes. Even the 7300 is.
What the hell, did everybody sign on?
No, you just gotta listen better.
What'd you say? I didn't understand it.
That sounds like a you problem.
Well, I guess I ain't got no antenna because you ain't even getting out.
I'm fucking running a 2-watt, 23-channel voice radio. Probably not.
Goddamn junk radios.
Whoa, whoa, easy, easy, easy.
Well, I never.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Sick of hearing the goddamn whining. Is that better, Eeyore?
I'm sorry if I was squeaking you. I didn't know when you was talking. Was you talking?
Oh, you were. Maybe you were squishing me, but I don't care if you were.
Well, what'd you have for an old radio you was talking on?
No, the G90. It was 5 watts.
Yeah, it's sounding good over here.
Well, now I'm on the 2995. But before that, I was on the G90.
Oh, 10-4. Well, you've been sounding good all night.
Roger that. Where'd you go fix it? I didn't run you off, did I?
No, I've been nice and quiet so people can hear them old radios, but they got too quiet.
The hell are you munching on?
Chocolate whoopie pie with chocolate frosting.
You got chocolate milk, too?
No, white milk.
Oh, man.
Oh man, I love me chocolate milk. Boy, do I love chocolate milk.
Mmm, chocolate milk.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah on the chocolate milk.
I gotta go with the white frosting now.
That's what I get for chocolate milk.
Yeah, my next one that I'm gonna eat, it does have white frosting.
Oh, I should probably pour a glass of bedtime whiskey.
That thing's got a built-in tuner?
Yep. You can tune a wet noodle with that damn thing, too.
Oh, I got a tuner over here you could tune anything with, and you could run probably a K through it.
Yeah, I don't talk on any band where I would need it, but yeah, if you're out of whack, it could definitely You got ice all over the beam. There you go, tune her up. Make the radio forget everything ever happened out there.
Hawkeye could use that when him and Traveler dock.
When they're playing space dock.
Oh man, that would be so awesome.
Oh, Hawkeye, did you ever get your bleeding over the TV situation straightened out?
Apparently, you know, I'm on the big amp, and I haven't heard any complaints so far.
What does she do? Hit the wall with like a broom handle or something? Quiet down in there.
Pretty much.
Oh man, in our old house, I used to be right below the TV room, and I'd get that on the floor. But you know, a real radio operator, when you get the old stomping on the floor, that means you just turn it more to the left or turn it more to the right.
One.
You see that video I sent you, Radio Man?
Well, it depends when you sent it. I mean, if in the last hour, no.
Like, I don't know, 15, within the past 15 minutes?
Oh, no, I haven't looked at my phone. Actually, I'm gonna take a pause here. I'm gonna go just pour a little whiskey here. I'll be right back, like 2-3 minutes.
Little pause for the cause. Alright, is this one working?
Yes, sir.
Alright. It's a Cobra 40.
2 bars way out here.
I ain't even trying to throw a meter on it because I don't care, but I don't know, it's just a weird, I don't know, it's in my pile of shit, but a Cobra 40, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Roger, roger. Granted, this one you can see the channel display good on, but the phone is picking up a hell of a glare on the meter. Oh well.
I'm trying to find a picture of that 955 on the Asimod site.
Oh, Christ, I seen it somewhere in there. I don't know if it was, let me look.
Hell yeah. She's a cranking.
All 3 watts of it.
Yes, the big old 3 watts.
What's this giving you for a signal down there, screwdriver?
I'm probably about 7 on this meter.
Oh man, it's screaming.
Hell yeah. Thought I just heard somebody else down in there that wasn't giving me as much as you. Who else was in there? $10-4 and a Mr. Fix-It on the 1 watt walkie-talkie.
I'm kind of liking this antenna.
Hell yeah. Has there been anybody in town yet that was slopping you that you tried to back it away from, or has it been quiet?
It's been quiet. I thought I heard somebody in there earlier, but it certainly hasn't been as intense as it was on the Omni.
Yeah, maybe just nobody's trying to be an asshole right now. You never know. You'll know when they're running their 1400 watts aimed straight at you with their Roger beeps.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, not 1400 watts.
232.
Shit, I use my quad to null up my neighbor when he's being a dink.
Fuck, I just turned mine off. Oh, wait.
Fucking guy.
I can't even fucking run a dummy load without hearing you, so it don't matter.
Well, it definitely does something, because I've heard you made a comment one day. I must have put you in the corner talking to somebody, and you're like, "Oh fuck." I think you actually said I went down to like an S9 or something. I don't. You commented my signal drop.
Oh, it definitely works. Yeah, you. There was definitely some times that you went down to a 9. I think, who were we talking? I think it might have been Wingnut was giving me more of a signal than you when you were pointed at him or something. It definitely has some rejection, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's like I've played around with it. Like I'll go on a channel. I mean, I've even, if someone's talking, and I'll mess around and try to find the corners in the beam, just so I know for future reference. So, yeah, there's definitely like, you can go backside, and I can still hear people backside a little bit, but you can definitely find the corners, and you're like, oh yeah, there they go.
That's how I actually align my antennas.
Okay, good evening to Rigor Mortis Rooster. Says he's about to get on here in a minute. And actually, when I was on the quad a little while ago, I had it pointed to south. I was picking up some DX, but there was some DX in there coming from the south. I assume like West Coast. I didn't listen long enough, but when I spun the thing back around to the north to try to hear Hutch, obviously it all went away. Oh yeah, and good evening to Paul Miller. Cool DX was great in the afternoon, picking up truckers on the 401 in Canada on my handheld. I'm in the southeast of Michigan. It went quiet now. Sounds good at YouTube 260. Oh, thank you there, Paul Miller. Yeah, well, appreciate everybody stopping by and commenting and hanging out.
Bo too, Skitter. I've seen that. I've seen him advertise it. He just used an external AC mod, and he's just putting it in a regular rack piece. It's like 2 inches high. It's that 18 inches wide or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably just a rack blank, and it fits everything into it.
Yeah, I'll keep looking.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I look too, Hawkeye.
I'm looking with you.
Maybe that's what I need, is an ASCII mod.
No, you really just need the Behringer Ultra Curve Pro. It does a lot of the sound. much like your Zoom R8 there, Radio Man.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Deer Slayer. Was it yesterday? And he was saying that he has this BM800 mic, and he said the same thing. He goes, that mic does not have a lot of low in it, and he said that he had to like throttle back the treble a lot to get more of that low end sound that he was looking for. And he ended up, he's like, I still have it, but he ended up getting, I forget what he said. He bought a used mic, it was an RE88 or something 90. I don't remember what the hell he bought. But he ended up buying a different mic, and he said right out of the gate that already had a lot of low end, which is what he was looking for. He just said, but I kind of was wondering, because I messed with this Zoom to try to get some more bass on this mic, and it just doesn't have a lot of bass, the mic itself. But that's fine. I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, I like how it sounds.
And it's amazing. He just goes through the front of his radio.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's using one of these Zoom R8s.
Well, with a 7300, he goes through the front and the back of it.
Whoa, that sounds interesting. Front and the back at once.
Oh yeah, he friggin' choo-choo trains that son of a bitch.
Does he Eiffel Tower it?
Yeah, set up so they're high-fiving.
Oh god, I haven't heard the Eiffel Tower in a while. I actually knew somebody that swears he did an Eiffel Tower back in the day.
Friggin' right.
Waiting with, was it